intro. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to So Much Game.
It's spring. There's pollen.
It's spring, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because this is a winter in Aris, and we are back, possibly for the final episode. I don't know, but who's to say?
Anything
I am
could happen.
joined. Exactly, I'm joined with my. I was going to say two, but there's four of you. 2 times 2. 4 players.
The
who are
first
really...
two people you
players,
mentioned
and
now
then
are
the
going to
other
be
two.
very happy. The last two.
who are going to introduce themselves.
I can go. I don't mind.
No, please don't.
No,
Do you want me to
just
turn
want
your,
2 people.
turn
It's
your
fine.
camera off?
I've got maps to make. I'll fuck off.
No, please. This is, by the way, what I was going to deal with trying to get all this sorted. Anyway, so yeah, they're going to introduce themselves. Lewis, you go first.
Hello, I'm Lewis, and I'm playing Yvelios du Roche, who is a Furbolg fighter and an ex-Aris noble who has just learned that his family has been killed by the noble Pentag.
Entire family, like whole family lines wiped out.
Seemingly.
Cousins, everything.
Yeah.
Didn't
Didn't like them, though.
Yeah.
So my name's Avril Hunt. I'm a half-orc wizard / librarian. Librarian first and foremost. And I'm just along for the ride and enjoying all of it.
Yes. You definitely
So
feel like
we're
you're
apparently
swept up.
The two that I wanted here.
Yeah, you're the top
Just
2.
saying.
The rest
Sorry.
of us are just kind of making up the space.
I mean, everyone wants Leon in the show for that fantastic hair.
Yeah, exactly. We all we were doing was complimenting Leon on his hair, which, to be honest, was quite productive of our time, honestly. So yeah, Leon and Leon's hair.
Leon's hair is not going to lean forward because then you can see that Leon only has hair in this part of his head.
No, don't worry about it.
Spoilers.
So, I'm Leon, and I am playing Renard Arvensis. Renard Arvensis, a gnome rogue who was a forger during the whole revolutionary times that were going on, sort of just profiting here and there from things.
And finally, but not least, Howden.
He says that, but we all know.
You know how easy I take up guilt.
You're like a big Catholic sponge.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, I'm just going to. I need that on a T-shirt now. Hello, I'm Alden. I will be playing Ignatius Fireborn Lightbringer, the delightfully charming tiefling cleric who, unfortunately, for reasons unbeknownst, sounds an awful lot like Ray Winston. So every lovely thing he says sounds like a threat.
Yeah, exactly. So with everyone introduced, I will give a quick rundown. So basically, you guys got... Oh my god, I've already forgotten what the fucking town I had named.
Pink.
Jesus, Pink,
Yeah,
thank you.
we're
Yep.
Pink.
So,
We
Pink...
can go to blue.
Yeah. Pink, you arrived in Pink and you were going to go to a meeting with the council members of Aris and basically find out what's going on there. You did a little bit of investigations of your own within the local town. So Ignatius met with the local religious leader, to kind of find out what was going on in relation to the disconcerting reduction of birds and their songs and just generally nature kind of going silent on you all. And Reynard went to deal with the materials to make a fake amulet, which they are carrying the amulet of winter, which is a very powerful artifact, which bad guys called the Dregs and Pentam want, which you guys are preventing them from having. And I'm trying to remember where Avril, you were in the...
I was with Renard.
Renard, yes, because you were picking up some books on subjects relating to, the birds and then kind of relating to the natural disasters and things like that. Coolio. Oh, yes, you had kind of like a magical tome, which just had lots of things that people were like, yeah, this is cool. Which I've now decided is just one of those auction things that people have where they're like, kind of like an Argos catalog, I guess, but like old-timey, where it's like, you
The
basically...
Book of Dreams.
Well, but exactly, you have it. It's something like a wizard would own, where they'll go, one day I'll have this amazing looking glass. It's like, no, you're not. That's like 10 times what you make in a year. You just look at forlornly. That was depressing. I'm going to move on quickly. And finally is Yvelios, who was...
I
Where was
went to
Yvelios?
the apothecary to try and find out if they had noticed anything about the
Yes,
disappearing
and the apothecary
animals.
was very useless. Yes.
Yeah.
This is why we usually had one other person do it, because my memory is very bad when it comes to details like that.
Mhm.
But I digress. So once you guys reconvened, you went in to talk to the local council members. You got to talk to the Battenbergs, who were very unhappy being called that. And you basically found a scene of disarray. The four corners of Aris are in disagreement over the next course of actions, as Pentam's son is going to take the position of, they keep saying king, some kind of autocratic ruler, as a kind of, I want to say figurehead with power, but that's not a figurehead at that point, which has split the council in kind of half, or at the very least, one side is very pro, one side is very against, and there are two which are just kind of not happy at the sounds of more revolution and bloodshed. And as Yvelios said, we ended finding out that Yvelios' entire family had been taken out by Pentam, who has been recently going through some purges, which I don't think it was brought up at the time, but is likely what also got the halfling's father killed. The two halflings that you found the amulet with. Time can be a bit hard in like TTRPGs and like ongoing narratives. So just for context, it's roughly in that time. So we arrive back with Yvelios with the smoking gun pointed to the ceiling, and two Battenbergers, which I'm just gonna call them, kind of coming in with their, halberds, going, "What's going on? What did you do?" And they're kind of looking at Yvelios more because he's holding the gun, but the three of you are also kind of getting the halberds swaying across to them.
Oi, don't you point those bloody halberds at me.
Well, you just shot in a government building, and we're meant to stop that. So
He shot the ceiling. This is a meeting of the Revolutionary Council. Do you not think they shoot the ceilings?
right, well, they
Have you
said they would
seen the
stop
ceiling?
doing that.
Go and get a plasterer, mate. Be useful.
Give me a persuasion check or intimidation, one of the two.
I'm not good at either of those. He just sounds grumpy.
He does. Yeah.
But I will take a hot 20 on that.
Oh,
Ooh.
a natural 20 or
No, it's unnatural 20.
unnatural. Some people call them dirty 20s.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, I don't
Dirty.
like that. It
No,
just
let's
feels so
not do
weird.
That's why I
Yeah.
keep saying it, because I
A
know
mucky
Oh,
20.
I've heard it called a maths 20, which tickles me.
Oh, okay.
That's-
Well, that is quite a lot. So both of them kind of look at each other, and you do see the slightly older one kind of makes that face like he's not like the, and they both kind of look at you and go, "All right, okay, but don't shoot, because we gotta go get that fixed, and it is a government building, so don't do that again."
All right.
And they're gonna walk up, but the younger one is definitely doing like the kind of.
You got any cake?
Oh, that now they're walking a lot faster. They're just like,
Every
"No,
time
we're
I
not
see
dealing
those
with this."
fellas, I feel really hungry. Anyone else?
Yeah. So, yes, Reynard, don't worry, I didn't forget. You wanted to see what had fallen out of the nobleman's pockets because he had been unceremoniously tipped upside down and shaken by Ignatius.
I don't know. He was inverted by a member of the clergy. That sounds quite ceremonial to me.
It does. It also sounds very like it sounds quite painful when you say it like that. Inverted by the clergy.
That's all in
Yes.
your head, mate. That's all in your
Yes,
head.
it is all in my head, as all of this is. It's the power of the GM. Anyway, yes, so you find some stuff. I'm not going to make you roll because it's just lying on the floor. So there are 2 items of note. One is a porcelain mask. I will just say all of you are familiar with these things. It's quite a beautiful one. You're amazing at crack as it fell down. Yvelios, though, you'll be the most familiar. Nobles, and this might shock all of you, like doing sketchy stuff. And it's kind of become a tradition across pretty much most of the central continent, which is where Aris is situated, that nobility wear these quite exquisite porcelain masks when they do stuff that most people would go, hey, that's sketchy as fuck. And it kind of falls in that line where someone has to go, technically, I wasn't breaking the law. To which most people would go, well, you just had to use the word technically, I was, which is never good. It is non-magical, but it's quite nice. If you were to wear it, I would just say you probably could pass as a noble if you were wearing nice clothes. But it's also good for just disguising yourself, and it could maybe go for a pretty penny. These things are quite fancy. The other thing is a kazoo.
A what? A small cow.
Yes, a tiny miniature cow that's running around mooing. No, it's the small musical instrument. And I will say, because I just do this, it is a magical item. But you'll have to roll an Arcana check, or actually, do any of you have the spell? Or you could just blow it. Yeah, you could very much just blow it.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna no, go blow it. Let's see what happens. No,
It's a kazoo, but it sounds like bagpipes.
Oh,
So-
that's evil. It's
Oh,
cursed.
on it.
It's a cursed item.
so
On it.
there are 2 things you can do. You can, if you use the spell, was it? The spell that just lets you identify what a magic is. Just identify. You just use identify. I'll just tell you what it does. I'm not like I need to be using that more because yeah. Or you can roll Arcana, which gives you kind of a vaguer, like not 100% sure, but it kind of clears up the details kind of thing. Like, oh, it probably does this XYZ. Oh.
No, I only have detect. I thought
No,
I had
detect magic.
dog.
You could use detect magic to work out what it does, but
I have Artificer's Law, so I don't know if this applies, but I had
Read it
twice
out
my
for me,
proficiency
please.
bonus to history checks related to magic items, alchemical objects, or technological devices.
you know what? Yeah, I would let you do that. This is a what's the word I'm looking for?
Magical kazoo.
Well, it is an established thing. Like it's not just a one-off magical item. So there is history to this item. So yeah, I would
Would
be
it-
happy to.
Would it be in my book?
It might be as well. That will require a roll though because it is quite a thick tome. So
Yeah,
you'd have to
sure.
like. So if you give me give me the investigation because you're investigating the book, and Leon,
for
you
history?
have to just roll history.
Oh, +4 then.
Oh wow.
I got a clean 20, natural today
Oh.
24.
Oh my. Okay
I've got
then.
F-hole.
You got a 4. Okay.
11.
No, F-hole.
11.
F-all.
Oh, F-all. Okay.
Ethel.
Ethel.
Okay,
No,
so
I
It's
feel like I've
pretty
heard
F-hole.
this thing before.
I want to reward everybody, so even though that like Reynard is just gonna be like, yeah, I know what this is. Yvelios, you would be familiar with kazoos as a item of humor. They're not like designed to be like a very serious musical instrument. So a magical item with that is probably something. Now, you have heard that children would use these, like a small child would play with a magic kazoo, but it's possible that like, you know, if somebody had put a proper good enchantment on it, maybe like you could have fun with it at a party, but you're not entirely sure what it does without just blowing it. Reynard, you know what these are. You know exactly what these are. So for these originally were for children, to teach them how to do a little bit of magic. What it would do is you'd blow into it and it would do a little prestidigitation, and you know, that'd be fun and harmless mostly, apart from the occasional burns, but that's beside the point. However, an enterprising noble realized that if they put a somewhat stronger enchantment on, they could have it do let's say more chaotic things that in a party for nobles where they're not too fussed about destroying the place could be a fun little gimmick. What this is, and I'm not joking, is when you blow into it, I will roll a D100 and a random magical effect will occur.
It's a
And-
wild surge kazoo.
Yep, it
I
is.
love it.
Yep. And it's a custom magic, wild magic. It's not the one from the book. Though I have made it like reasonable, like so it's not. And also, like you would know with that amazing roll, like it's a party tool, so nothing is like permanent. Nothing is too malicious. Like you couldn't blow it and then haha fireball that takes out everyone. Most of it will affect either the user or the user's surrounding area. However, it's also made by nobles who probably don't care too much about the damage they may do. So there might be a couple in there that's like, oh wow, that's not funny at all. That's just really cruel. And yes, one of them is that you might just immolate somebody. Because yeah, exactly. But yes, you know that is what will happen if you blow into it.
Cool.
So there, yeah.
Okay, take those.
Yeah, it's no bother. Just mark them down.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Do you explain what they do, or do you just pick them up and go? Ha, ha, ha?
I don't need to explain that. I've got them.
Perfect,
Right.
Perfect.
A little musical instrument.
I kind of feel like we've done the meeting. I flipped the table. I held the noble one upside down. We should probably leave.
We probably won the debate.
Yeah, on points.
Well,
anyway,
if we didn't win the debate here, we're gonna win it very shortly anyway.
that's ominous. What have you got in mind?
Confident words.
Well, it seems to me that the noble pen person, pen pal,
Pen pal.
Pentam.
Pentam,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Pen dick.
Yeah,
Pencil dick.
that
I mean,
one.
really, you guys can use any term that you like. I'm not gonna stop you.
It seems to me that the time has come for him to receive the justice required by Aris's constitution for such people.
And like an anthem starts playing in the background, and for some reason
kazoo.
his cape is waving like, ooh.
Ignatius is just waving the flag behind. Yvelios.
Yeah.
Do you hear the people sing?
Sing, sing the
That's
song.
enough bars.
Sorry, there was a fly. I was trying to get a fly. Sorry.
I love how Knight raising his hand
Yeah,
was
just at the-
even like reflecting the image of Lady Liberty leading the people in the
I was
background.
scratching my head.
Yeah, but you're
But I'm
perfectly
glad
placed
that-
on the overlay.
Yes.
All works.
Okay.
That's what it was. Lady Liberty was just going, has anyone dropped this flag?
I've got a flag.
Littering is a crime, people.
Anyone? I've got a flag. I know there's a revolution going on, but there's no excuse for untidiness.
Exactly. So if I'm reading, obviously, actually, I'll let you guys keep talking. I'm just going to.
I mean, yeah, that's
So,
Yvelios'
what's your plan? It sounds like you want to go alter his life path,
Well, I
shorten
mean-
it.
we know that the Dregs, at the very least, have something to do with him, so they'll probably have the best idea where he is.
So we go and ask politely.
We'll ask them, and then we'll go and visit him.
All right. I like this plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel there's a lot of options for exploitation along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shall
Right.
document the rising insurgency for
The
posterity.
multiple rising insurgencies for the second time in only like 10 years. Which, fair enough. So, here's what you know. He is in the capital of Aris, which I think we talked about off camera, because Lewis was like, "Hey, you need to name the capital." No, they haven't got round
No,
to
no,
that.
it's
The capital.
secret.
Well, no, the capital is named after the monarchs who got ousted, and they wanted to get rid of that. But the nation has been in such a state of unrest for so long that they've not got round to it, as it is seen as a secondary concern to, not having the country collapse into several smaller states.
Fussy, fussy, fussy.
I mean, we
I
can
know,
call
fussy,
it
fussy,
Capital
fussy.
City.
There we go.
Actually,
Or,
they probably they probably would
France.
have come up with something ironic like Unity City or something.
Unity
As people
1.
are shooting at each other
Yeah.
from across the street. Welcome to Unity City. So,
Well,
what I will say is,
I live in Belgium. L'union fait la force, which is our motto. For anyone watching,
I don't know what that means.
No.
I think it's made the
Means-
force be with the moon.
Oh, I'm glad you speak Belgian.
That
Yeah.
old chestnut.
Mhm.
So, here's what you know. The capital is very far away. Druce is literally on the hinterlands of Aris. As I said, it only got brought into Aris proper a decade or so ago. So, even if you all got horses, it would take quite a while. That being said, you will probably need a mode of transportation.
Do you know who's
because
got horses? Dregs have got horses.
That is very true. That is
I
very
mean,
true.
we
So you'll
don't
probably...
even really need to necessarily find out from the Dregs where he is. We can shake the Dregs about a bit and then send him a message from said Dregs saying, "Hey, you got to come meet us and pick up the amulet."
That's a possibility indeed. So,
And then he falls into a peat bog accidentally on the way there.
Repeatedly.
that is possible. Yeah. What I would like you to do then, so what you guys want to do? You want to find out where the dregs are? Is that what you're going to
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Can everybody give me just give me a straight history roll from all of you, because I'm just going to see if you would know who to go to for this.
Woohoo! Hot 4.
Nope.
Top 4,
6.
6.
I've got a +5, and I rolled.
Mine was a massive
6.
10.
Okay.
so
a
I've-
massive
I've got
I
a
got
11.
Yeah.
9 in total.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay, wow.
Bad at
We're,
this.
we're not good at
You
history.
all think
We're all good at shooting things.
yeah.
Oh,
the
no.
best that you can think is go ask the guards.
Yeah.
Maybe they, but that's the best you've got. Like
Yeah.
Oi! Battenberg!
I'm going to go out the front, activate my Taumaturgy and go, "Hello, Battenbergs.
quite a
Who
few
would
them
like to
stop.
get rid of me?"
The two guys
That's
at the
one
front
way of
both
doing
raise
it.
their hands.
Right, it's
'Cause
very
you've gone
simple.
outside.
Just need to
Alright.
tell me where the dregs are.
Do we have any dregs in Druce right now?
I don't
Do
know.
we?
That's what I'm asking you. It might be
Oh.
outside Druce. It might be camping in a lovely
Oh.
little forest glade, collecting buttercups and buggering bunnies.
That's a horrible thing.
They're horrible people.
Started very sweet and then went drastically, horrendously
So-
downhill from there.
He's gonna look at you like, oh, okay, there's big tieflings shouting at me. I mean, you could go to the captain and see if he's heard anything. I mean, they've not been through here, so I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
Where's the captain?
you'll be up by the guards
Tower,
house,
hut,
tower,
house.
hut. Yeah, I don't know, man. Building, guards building. There
So
we go.
just over there.
Headquarters.
Does it actually
He
look
points.
like
He
a
points
massive
down.
helmet?
No, he points down the street. It's actually quite a simplistic building. You'd be misgiven to thinking it's actually a residential home rather than like the place where the Bambergs like work from. But yeah, he just points like it's down the
It's a
street.
bakery.
Like,
Be like,
It's a bakery,
Yeah.
isn't
Does
it?
it look like a cake shop?
It does look a bit like a cake shop, but it doesn't say like this is a bakery. It has a bakery sign, but written over it is guards.
Right. Thank you.
yeah.
You've been very
Excellent.
helpful.
Okay, well, he just gives you a shrug, and yeah, that's you on your way. Okay, so are you all making it over there, or do you want to?
I will follow Ignatius down there.
Cool. Okay, so you make it down there. The guards building is not guarded but when you enter, there's
The guards building is
guards in it.
unguarded.
exactly.
That's,
It's
yeah,
empty.
that's
Is that what you're saying?
so. As you go in, it's actually not very active. I will remind everyone, for those who don't know, the Battenbergs are basically, because of the weird situation in Penk legally and how everyone defines the rules, they're meant to be there as, I guess you could say, adjudicators to keep things in line. But the thing is, like, not a lot of people trust them because they are just like one step above the dregs in terms of like authority, just people hired to hold a big stick that's pointy and wear a uniform. That's probably the only difference. They wear a nicer uniform. So you don't really see lots of people coming in and saying like, I have this misgiving. There are a couple, they look fairly wealthy, like they can afford to take time off in their day to just complain, and the people servicing them look quite bored, just like yeah, so and then how much do he charge you for the flour? Got it, right. And yeah, so there's a couple of them there. You do see one that looks quite ostentatious behind a desk, like a little bit farther back into the room. You would presume would be the captain.
Hello.
Captain Battenberg.
Yeah, do you want to just shout across him or go over to him or whatever? Yeah, okay. There's no one stopping you. So as you head over, he kind of looks up at you and goes, "What do you want?"
Captain to significantly higher rank than captain.
Yeah.
Where are the dregs?
Oh, right. And he kind of turns nonchalantly, picks up a piece of like a pile of papers, which look varying degrees of age of how long they've been down there. But he picks up a one closer to the top and kind of looks at it, and then kind of slides it towards you. And you do notice that the leader of the dregs is kind of an artist rendition of him has been drawn out. And yeah, you remember the face. It looks like it's the beginnings of like a wanted poster. And he says, "Yeah, we're getting stuff prepared for them, but honestly, like aside from what they did, up near the head town, they've kind of been quiet. Honestly, we've not really heard much about them. Really,
Well,
having a tough time finding them. Honestly,
that's very unuseful. Where was the last place they were?
they were heading up near the western forests, which you guys would know is a border between Onya and Aris, which stretches into Aris proper.
Okay, then.
well, Captain, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been lovely chatting with you, by the way. What's your name?
My name, it's Harry.
Captain Harry? Does Captain Harry have a last name?
Yes, it's Mortimer, Harry Mortimer. Yeah.
Everyone calls him Captain Harry. Like he's a children's show character.
yeah.
Well,
I like it. Yeah.
We'll just.
Dogged.
I'll take one of these wanted posters, and we'll deal
Okay.
with the matter. Don't worry about it anymore.
Thanks, Captain
Yvelios-
Harry.
Yes. Whatever. He kind of shoos you off as he gets back to his own paperwork. He doesn't seem too fussed that you took the makings of a wanted poster. Yvelios, actually, this is interesting. Can you give me a history check? And only you, when you look at the piece of paper.
Damn.
21.
Wow. Okay. The man in the pictures. So you did meet Pentam once or twice. Noble back before the revolution. Nobles of your clout and his clout would have intermingled. Here's what I'll say. The man in the photo has a striking resemblance to Pentam.
Oh, that's nice.
They share the same silvery eyes. And kind of like, and like bone structure and nose and things like that. It's not like 100%, but it's pretty close.
So I like that they coloured in the wanted.
Yeah. So we should hang on to those eyes as well.
Well, it's silver, so it's not too extravagant a colour. It's basically just they drew the lighter side of the pencil on, I guess. But yeah,
it seems more and more like we should definitely go and talk to them. Hold one of them, this one mainly, upside down, shake him a bit.
It must be
For the revolution.
Do you say that in the guard's office? Have you guys left?
I quietly whisper, for the revolution.
I was about to say, yeah, that's the last place you'll be talking about revolution. Those guys are like, no. You put a stop to that shit a long time ago.
All right, come on, before...
As Arvel says it, I fire into the ceiling again by reflex.
Oh, I've been shot!
Captain Harry, no.
Captain Harry, he's got such a rich backstory. His poor wife and children will have to come and tend to him, and then we'll have to learn their names.
We got each drag what their name is individually and how they came into this form of life.
As we're shaking them.
Just before we miss.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Maybe we should talk to some traders that have been on the road from that direction. Maybe they've seen something. Oh,
good plan.
He's got to travel, right? Someone's supplying them.
So that's actually a good point. So what you would know, having said that, because it's quite a smart thing to ask, would be that there is a point where the forest does meet to the main road that connects Druce to the rest of Aris proper. There is only one main road. You could hoof it cross country, but like you guys all live in this world, so you know that doing that sucks. Like you wouldn't voluntarily just try and make a break for it across open country, especially since it's quite peaty and boggy in a lot of areas.
Swamp, then briar patches, then trees.
Yeah, there is grassland which is farmed, but that's like not leaving the area, and it's really obvious that they'd be there because it's all grassland, so you can't really hide. So yeah, there is a point where the forest does connect, like touches, I guess you could say, the main road. So yeah, you could ask some traders. You have spoken to some. Do you want to go back to some of the people you spoke to, or?
Might as well.
Okay. Do you have anyone in particular, or are you happy with whoever?
Yeah, no, I'm wondering if there'd be any traders down by the dock side or something, just people who've come from out of town to like.
Okay. Give me, because I don't want to roleplay every single one of me. Give me a persuasion check, just to kind of 9 too high, just a nice little grease the.
16.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So you find a kind of, I guess you could say, less reputable fellow who is kind of hanging around one of the carts, and your criminal senses are tingling because you realize that does look a little bit like illegal contraband. So you strike up a conversation with this guy. It starts off inane, and then you bring up the dregs, and he goes, "What, you want some skin this game, eh?"
Yeah, I'm a little bit way.
Yeah, no,
I'm a
yeah.
geezer.
Yeah, no, no, they pay well, so we've given them. I mean, we made a deal, and he kind of like brings in close because there are other people like hawking their wares and stuff like that. It's like, yeah. The word on the street is that they are going to blockade the main road to Druce. Now, I don't know why they wanted to do that, but if they do, everybody's gonna lose out because that's the only road out here. Like, yeah, you can put stuff on the boats, but like if you're like a reputable, trader that trades within the villages and out into Aris proper, you're fucked, man. But don't worry, like, hey man, you want in? Like, because I get free passage, so yeah.
Yeah, I want in on
Yeah.
that, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, all right. But it's got to be between you and me. Like, I can't split this any more ways. So, like,
No,
I
that's
tell you
fine.
what. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you don't tell anyone. Yeah.
No, I'm on the down low.
Why are all the criminals beatniks?
That's perfect because he rolled a 2, so he completely believes you. You're very trustworthy. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, cool. Yeah. So you'll be wanting to go on the main road, right? And then there's a point where there's a tree that's forked in 2, right?
Yeah.
Lightning bolt struck it, right? When you pass that, they have a camp just off by the wayside in one of the wooded areas,
Mhm.
and that's where they're going to build the barricades. At least that's what they told me. Like when they came here a week ago.
They got any call signs so they know that the people approaching are friendly? I don't want to get an arrow in my face. It's just for walking near them.
Yeah, the call sign is Raven.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty cool, right? Yeah.
Caw, yeah.
Yeah, you get the impression this guy's not been a criminal for very long. Like he's at most probably just started. Hence why he just completely believes and trusts you.
He's more of a poet than a criminal.
Yeah. I was gonna say something. No, I think that's everything that would be. Yeah, he would need to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And shall I ask for anyone when I get there? Who's
Oh, I mean, I don't trade names, man. Like, which reading between the lines sounds like he doesn't actually know them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. As I said, you get the impression he doesn't really know much.
Yeah,
but
gotcha. I'm going to give him a click
Yeah,
and a wink.
Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know lingo. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, Yvelios. I feel like we're just holding Yvelios back. Nope.
Yvelios.
No.
Down.
I will go back to my compatriots and share the information I have on the camp location.
Excellent.
Wow.
They're by a tree, apparently.
A tree.
I will-
Wow, a tree. Gosh,
Yeah.
I'll cut it down.
I will say for timeline because I realized because time again is a bastard. So over the course of this adventure, you've been about a day or two. But I will say you figured the Dregs would have had to have come here. Like they didn't just teleport in here.
Mhm.
So that's what he means by like a week. They probably rode in here first, or just for context.
Alright. So we got to find a tree.
It's been hit by lightning. It's a
Oh,
forked
it's been-
tree.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it's a
it's
little
quite
bit
distinct.
distinctive.
And then they're just off from there. You got to call out Raven, and then they're going to think we're friends.
What, like the sound of a raven or the word raven?
I think the word Raven.
Ignatius is going to make the sounds of ravens.
I'll
just
shout
appear
Raven.
in
Just
an ominous way.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
really
will
hope
say,
that's
though-
not last week's password.
I will say they've gone up on my shit list even higher, as now they're misusing barricades. That's just, it's not on.
Well, you can write them up for that.
They're for revolutionary use only.
Exactly.
For the revolution.
Exactly.
How long would it take us to get to that section of the road? Are we going to need mounts to get there?
No, but
Horse.
I was going to say, it will be a little bit awkward. Yvelios would probably have to walk the horse with you because you don't move at horse speed collectively, and you're not all
No.
fitting on Julius.
No.
So yeah, it's going to be a bit difficult, but it's not that arduous. Like again, I think that always bugs me with like I'm going to go off on a slight tangent. A lot of people ignore that, like, if you're in a D&D world, most people probably walk to places. Like, having a horse is a luxury. So, yeah, most of you will be familiar with walking distances. So, yeah, like, it's going to take an hour or two, maybe even 3, but you guys can do that. You know,
Oh, yeah,
you're
it's not a day or something.
No.
All right,
no.
let's go for a stroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you walk out there. I may have been off on my estimates. It is going to take quite a few hours, but not like so long that you need to rest
2
or
days.
anything. No. It's Druce isn't that big. Like it's probably maybe at most 3 miles, but like that's not. Again, I now realize a lot of people are like, "Whoa, who walks 3 miles?" And it's like,
It's not very far.
That's
I'm
not
like,
very
what's a
far.
mile?
That's
It's
really
not very far.
far.
I always worry that people. I'm not great with
That's
distances.
about an
so-
hour.
Yeah, there you go. Then yeah,
Alright,
it takes you
fair
about an
enough.
hour. Then I don't know.
Most folk walk at about 3 miles an hour.
Yeah,
About
there we
6
go.
So,
Perfect.
kilometers an
yeah.
hour.
Oh
For
yes,
the-
I forgot. I should put in kilometers as well.
Or
Sorry.
I have no idea what those are.
46.
For normal
Yeah.
people.
So can
I'm
I
pretty
get
sure the Revolutionary Council introduced the metric system.
Yeah, they definitely would have done.
I
Yeah,
kind of feel
makes sense.
they've probably come up with their own, and now there are splinter groups that have different measurements.
They can't
Yeah,
even 7
yeah.
in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop reading my notes, guys. That's for next.
Actually, I
that's
think
for
you'll find
next
that's a
season.
metric furlong.
Yeah, exactly. So, can everyone give me a perception check?
Oh, I'd
I'm
love
making
to.
you roll a lot, which I'm happy about.
Fucking thing.
18.
80,
12.
perfect. Okay, it's not too bad.
19.
5. Okay, Reynard, you're
Wow.
short, so you probably just don't see anything. I'm sorry,
Tall
Eugene
grass.
was not
Behind
yeah,
you.
I'm looking at
Liz.
myself in a
Yeah.
mirror.
exactly.
Behind Ignatius. Can't see a bloody thing.
What did you get, Yvelios or Lewis, I should say?
19.
Oh wow. Okay, so we'll do Ignatius next. Ignatius, with
Yes.
your 12,
Hello.
you see something blocking the road. You can't make out what it is, but it's big enough that it's taller than you, whatever it is. But it is blocking the road up ahead of you.
It's some sort of giant obstruction.
Yeah. As for Avril and Yvelios, you can see that it is a barricade. It's several wagons that have been purposely tipped over and positioned in such a way that it would be impossible to get around them. And because, actually, yeah, I think you both would have got pretty good rolls. You can see guys like walking like on kind of raised platforms behind them. Yeah.
Look at Avril.
Guarding.
It would be
Actually-
unfortunate if those very wooden wagons
never
were to
mind.
set on fire.
Say no more.
I've got a spell for that.
Okay,
Oh.
do
I do.
you just want to rain down hell on these guys?
Looks like it.
Okay,
I don't know. How many are there?
you can only see, even with your 19, you can only see like 2, maybe like there's a third, like a little bit of a head bobbing up occasionally from behind the barricade. Doesn't look like a lot of people.
Should we try and get off the path and sneak our way up there?
Yeah, I
So-
feel like Avril, as a half orc, and having had all that training in his youth, would see it as like a hunt type situation where he tries to sneak up on them first.
Okay. So for context, just a visual image of the road, because as I said, the land can be quite damp and at times boggy. The road is raised up, kind of like a hill. It's not that high, but it's significant enough that if you weren't careful, you could fall off into a ditch. So the way that the structure is situated, it blocks that, and then there's kind of like piled whatever was probably in the wagons that they've destroyed, like barrels and boxes and stuff, on the sides to completely obstruct. You'd have to like walk out into, I guess, the wilderness, if you'll say, for like, I don't know, like several meters and then go round, which would be quite obvious and noticeable because there's not a lot. To the left of you is a
It's a what?
forest, which is the other forest.
Sorry, you
Right,
froze
kind
there.
of. Oh, sorry, my apologies. I'll repeat again. Left forest, right, kind of an open, let's say, boggy-ish area. If you wanted to just completely go round it, you can sneak if you just hop into the ditch.
Oh.
The horse is not going to be happy at all. 'cause-
I mean, we could distract them whilst other people
Okay.
sneak. Your
Sneak
mics.
around.
Not my strongest suit, really.
Okay.
Being subtle.
Yeah, perhaps.
We'll
Me and
walk up
Avril.
and say hello.
Me and Avril can sneak along.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not very stealthy, but I'll give it a
Well,
shot.
I'll be super distracting. Be
Sure.
like a wandering mendicant priest, and Yvelios can be, I don't know, a pilgrim
Very,
looking
very
for
distracting.
enlightenment.
Okay, then. Well,
Have
so
you got a bell? I've got a bell. I'm going to be ringing my bell.
well, I think with thaumaturgy, you can like make a bell noise, can you? I
I
think.
actually have a bell.
Oh, perfect. That's even better. More
and a book
authentic.
and a candle.
Excellent.
I'm
can
going to give
exercise
Yvelios the
things.
book, and he can be reading from the book, and I will be ringing the bell and swinging my censer.
Okay.
Also, are you gonna say Raven at any point, or?
I might slip it into the sermon, see what happens.
Okay. So, first thing, let's just get this out the way before we do anything. Avro, Reynard, roll me stealth checks.
Dun, 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 dun.
Why in my brain am I thinking they're not called stealth checks? They are called stealth checks.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I don't know why my...
Bet you
Okay,
wish you were a halfling.
13.
13.
Hot
Oh,
one.
natural... a
natty
natural one.
Or a natural
Yeah.
7.
Oh,
I'm not
No,
quite
it's
sure.
the one.
Okay.
It was
It
a
was the
one.
So, we'll just ignore what's
Dum,
going on
dum.
with those two right now and focus on our two priests. So, as you're
Oh,
thinking,
he's not a priest. He's a pilgrim.
okay, pilgrim and priest. So
Try
the
and
two
look
being...
humble. You know you're not good at it, but try.
Okay, so actually,
Put your cloak up and stuff.
can the I guess it leans more on Ignatius. Can you either give me a deception check or a performance check? And the reason for this is not convincing them that you are religious, but
Oh.
convincing them that you're not aware that you're about to fuck them up 12 ways to Sunday. Because
Oh.
you're trying to not give off the menacing, like, I'm obviously, this is a distraction. kind
Have
of
we
thing.
met?
I know, but that's where the deception or performance comes in. Slightly different results, but roughly the same.
Performance 19.
Perfect. They completely be Yvelios. How about you? Can you give me either or?
So, what is it? Deception or performance?
Or
Yeah,
performance,
sort of the
either
same.
or. They do the same thing. It's just
You read the
sometimes
book.
people are.
I have a fantastic 4. My hand's
Okay.
probably already floating around my pistol.
No. The problem
love-
with oh, sorry.
That's why I'm
Sorry,
giving you the book.
I was just gonna say, I love how the dregs are gonna be like, oh, look, a completely innocent bystander, a bit of bush that's moving, and 2 real shady motherfuckers.
So I'm
And
gonna say
lo,
this.
Nothing to see here.
as Solus walked upon the face of the earth, it was good, and there was sunshine and bunny rabbits which were not being buggered.
So as you're approaching, I'll say that you stop, let's say 30 feet, because one of the guards is pointing a crossbow at you, going, "Who goes there? Hey!"
Hello, good friends. We are but pilgrims upon the path of life. How goes your day?
I go, "Shit!
What he said.
Wait, your friends?
What?
Wait, your friends?
We are all friends, are we not? Underneath the feathers of the raven.
What are you talking about?"
Ravens. Talking about ravens. Blackbird, big beak.
At this point, another one, a tall
wrong with
woman,
you?
kind of like hits him on the side, like, "Ow!" And he goes, "You fucking idiot! He said raven." "Yeah." "Oh, yeah, you fucking." "I'm sorry for my friend. He's a bit of an idiot." "Yeah," and the other one kind of does that. "Yeah, I am." And
Oh,
She kind
what a lovable scamp.
yeah. Right. So obviously you know the password. What are you here for? Try and get
Oh.
safe passage.
We are but humble pilgrims upon the path of life, seeking to pass upon this way so that our footsteps may tread ever forwards.
So
Swing.
She looks to
swing,
you,
Swing, swing.
and you're very believable. You have all of the makings of a religious figure, and
I'm a
even the fact that
7 foot
you
tall, bright red demon.
Yeah.
you have the makings of one, and
Religious
even that you
demon.
would know some sketchy like criminal code actually doesn't phase them, because being pious doesn't imply that you can't know criminals. The problem, though, is that they look to Yvelios and go, who's this?"
He is a
I'm
pilgrim
probably holding
I
my
am
pistol behind the book.
Well,
struggling to redeem.
The problem is not to do with the fact that you're like arming yourself, whatever. It's the fact that you look very, very wealthy. Oh yeah, a pilgrim, yeah. So like, and she kind of gives you that look, like, so like pilgrims like give up all their worldly possessions, right?
I'm on a
Wink.
scholarship at the moment. I'm learning how to become a pilgrim, and then
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
probably
yeah.
give
Yeah,
up.
actually, sorry, pilgrim mate. Could you just wait here? I just need to go and have a little quiet word with the nice lady. Just stay there, read your book, right?
All
Oh, I'll
right.
definitely read my book.
I'm gonna
At
go.
this
I'm gonna
point,
walk towards the barricade and go. Could you stop fucking up my gig?
oh, yes. Your gig, you say? Elaborate, please.
Well, as you mentioned, pilgrims give up all of their worldly wealth. I've got to get him
Yes.
to the fucking temple before he'll give up all of his wealth.
Oh,
So stop
very
messing me
nice.
about.
No, hey, I'm judging. That's no bother, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, we can let you through. Yeah, power to
Game
you, power to you.
recognizes game.
Yeah, no, game ranking says, I will say, if you come back through here again, there might be something in the cards for you. And just
I like cards.
just
Cards good.
as they are pulling up, they've kind of come up with a very like rudimentary winch. And by winch, I mean they just have a big like wooden, like probably from the bottom of a wagon that they just pull up. Somebody goes, "Hey, someone's trying to break in." Well, now flash cut back to Avril and Renard. Renard, you are actually doing a pretty good job of hiding. Not like crazy good. Like you've not gone completely invisible to the naked eye, but yeah, you're kind of you know how to lay low, both literally and figuratively. Avril, you in your
Found
head.
the spotlight.
Well, in your head, you're sure you've read about how to stay in, how to like, keep a low profile.
Yeah.
The problem is that you're not entirely sure how to do that in this particular situation. So as you guys are approaching the side, you know that they have guards on the side, on the barricades, and there's quite a few more than like 2 or 3. You realize as you get closer and closer that the entire camp is there. And what's more concerning, there was more than 8 dregs there. So, and just as you're right behind Reynard, that's when you see one guy kind of do that thing that you do where you're just like, you're having a relaxing, he's probably whittling, and he turns to look out to the glorious, majestic wilderness and sees a very tall, noticeable person doing that. I will say, Reynard, that while you are hidden, you probably are not that well hidden. Like, I can roll perception checks for all of them, but statistically, one of them will get better than 11. So I'll say for safety, you're also kind of like, they see something off. And that's when everything falls into place and you hear alarm, alarm, alarm. Now I'm going to say, if you hadn't crit failed, they probably wouldn't immediately jump to their weapons. But I have a feeling in this scenario, a very tall individual caked in mud, while also there's 2 people up there, is a bit suspicious. And at the very least, they're attacking you. I will say for context to Yvelios and Ignatius, the pair of you are not being attacked yet.
That's useful.
Because it's, but okay. So I would like all 4 of you to roll initiative. And I'm now gonna have to write down
6.
all this stuff. Okay.
Get 6.
What is it
Cool.
tonight?
11.
Cool.
I got a 5.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
Wow.
dear.
We suck.
We're saving all our good rolls for the fight.
Got an 8. Yeah.
We're swapping dice.
Yeah.
And you got a 5,
fancy
did
dice.
you, Yvelios?
Yeah.
Wow. Well done.
Okay, well, I'm now going to roll for these guys. This might take just a
Thank
little
you.
bit of time. Okay, well that's a very high number.
Oh god, that's awesome. So great.
Yeah, that's.
I've got a lot of
awesome.
healing spells, people. It's all right. I've got a lot of
Right.
healing. I've got a lot of healing. I've got a divine thing that lets me heal up to 20 hit points.
I've got a feeling we'll need it.
Prayer of healing. I can heal more people than just one at once, which is quite good.
You can do
Avril,
trick
what is
shots.
your Dex modifier?
Oh, mine.
Just what is the number? Oh, it's a 0. Okay. Okay. As somebody met
sake.
you for initiative, so but they have a +1 for their Dex, so
I've got bless.
I'll be.
If I can get that one off in time.
No, they're not rolling that much better than you. Speak of the devil.
That's amazing because we rolled shit.
It's spread out, let's say. It's
there's
spread
like
out.
50 of them, so you know.
No, not 50. Just more than you were expecting.
15,
Let's see.
maybe.
Okay. Oh dear.
Oh,
That's what you want to hear.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Absolutely. Oh, isn't it just?
Oh, okay, one crit failed. There we go. The last one crit failed.
Is it that dumb bloke on the barricade?
It is that, yeah, it's him. Yeah.
What?
Aw,
What's that?
Unfortunately,
I want to keep
His-
him.
more competent friend rolled a 19. So she's up
Of
first,
course.
and
I like
she's gonna
her.
kind of look to you, and you do see her draw her blade. I will allow
mean?
as a kind of in between, if you want to give me one more, if you give me a deception check to kind of calm her down, that will have to come from you though, and it is gonna have to be pretty good.
Natural 20!
Perfect. Okay, yeah. What do you say to her?
Calm down.
I was going, what? What's happening? Is it dinner time? I can hear bells.
You do see her kind of do that, and I'm actually going to say that she leaves the stupid one with you guys as she jumps down and makes her way over to the camp. And I'm actually going to say it's going to take most of her turn because obviously the camp is not like 10 feet away from the barricade. It's a little ways off because I imagine the pair of you did also move, like Reynard and Avril did move a little bit away from the path. Hence why
Yeah.
you were really noticeable. Okay, next up is the one that went you, and you man is gonna fire.
You man.
Yeah, he's gonna fire his
man.
crossbow. So let's see. Oh dear.
Duck
Okay,
Avril.
well, this is at Avril.
It's a
Yeah.
natural 20. Isn't
Does
it?
a 21 hit? Oh.
Avril's a wizard.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Okay. Oh dear.
You're a wizard, Avril.
Rest
You
in
were-
pieces.
You were a
I
wizard.
was a wizard.
So you take 8 damage as
You
they
were
as he
excellent librarian.
points and fires a crossbow, and it, hit,
I
it
like
grazes
that,
you.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, hits you right in the shoulder. It kind of
Secretary.
just that. Yeah. Okay. And he's gonna finish his turn by basically going, "Come on, alarm!" Literally alarm. He's just like, "Everyone up, come on!" And you kind of see more of the dregs doing that. Oh, whoa, whoa, and like getting out. I will say at this point, and this is just for Yvelios, because I think it's interesting. You notice that the two guards that you saw, the dregs, also have silvery eyes and a slightly similar facial structure. I'll leave it at that. Avril, who is completely unaware of this, I will say you do think some of the dregs look similar, but you can't really pin down.
Okay, so we're
Um,
just gonna murder a horde of bastards, is what you say?
No,
Clones.
no.
Yes.
Okay. Now is just a random dreg. I'm gonna say, to be fair, that he's probably like the advantage that you guys have is most of them weren't all sitting ready because they're bandits. So they're glorified bandits. So they just basically do nighttime stuff. So most of them were sleeping. So I'll say this guy, dreg number 5, is like getting out of his bed and grabbing his weapons and stuff like that. Reynard, it's your turn. In front of you is a camp with about, you want to say, Actually, I need to remember how many I rolled for. That would be good now.
49.
No, it's about
94.
you see about you see 8 in there,
Yeah.
like 8 in the camp. But
Ah.
obviously, you know there are several on the barricade, so there are more than you are like that you originally saw. So there's about 8 in the camp. Only the one that shot at Avril actually is like doing something. The rest are all ambulatorily getting out of their beds and things like that, or they're like small
Yeah. Are they
bivouacs
quite
and things.
scattered? Are they all like together?
They're pretty close together. If you had like a
If I ran,
AoE
if I ran
move,
into there, am I in a lot of trouble because I'm surrounded by them?
yes, but
Okay.
yeah, but they are mostly unprepared. So you would have maybe like this preceding round you'd be fine, because most of them are getting their crap together. The succeeding round, probably not. I will say, just for distances, because I don't have a battle map, that you are about 30 feet away from the camp, Avril and Reynard. And in regards to Ignatius and Yvelios, you're about 60 feet away from the camp. Maybe a bit more, because the lady ran over. But yeah, you're not. It's all relative. I know I'm not great with distances, so if I break some rules, but you should all be able to use your abilities. So yeah, Renard, what do you want to do?
I mean, Reynard is a dashing folk hero who thinks he can take on everyone with his amazing swordsman skills. So he kind of wants to go running in. But is there anyone near the outskirts so he can run up, go for an attack, but then kind of duck behind something?
The
to
one
keep kind
that
of barrels
the
between
one
me and
that
stuff?
attacked
Yeah.
would be. Oh, actually, no. If you were to run up to the barricade, you could probably grab whoever's behind there, which would be stupid one for the context, which you probably did here. You could probably grab him unawares, like, because he doesn't know you're there. He knows something's going on.
Yeah.
So if you rolled well enough, yeah, I think you could get him.
Okay, so as I'm a rogue, I can take dash as a bonus action. So
Yep.
can I just dash over to him?
Yep, you can. So you dash over, and yeah, you break the distance quite easily.
Put out my rapier.
Okay,
Swash and
roll it.
buckle time.
Yeah, roll an attack.
Okay. So I'm +5. 9 + 5, 14. Not good.
14. So yep, that breaks his AC. Yeah, roll
Oh.
some damage for me, please.
Oh, let me look at my form. My form? Do we call it a form? Sheet.
You can
1d8.
call it
Character
form.
sheet,
Yeah,
usually.
character
Character
sheet.
sheet.
Character form sounds very formal, doesn't it?
D8 is the one dice I don't have here. Let me roll it on Google quick, and then
How
I'll
can
run off
you
and get my
not
dice.
have D8?
I can roll it for you if
You
you
can
want.
roll
if
a
that's quicker.
d16 and divide it by 2.
Thanks.
I don't have a D16.
That was
What
not
if you roll a
useful.
1 on a d16 though?
Then it's a
Okay,
1.
where's my D8? Where's my D8?
Oh,
No, I don't
fair
want
enough.
a 6. D8. Roll. 4 + 3, 7.
7.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, you lay into this guy. He was not expecting this. You
Stab.
get sneak attack damage as well.
Which would I get sneak attack as well? That's an
Yeah.
extra
Yeah,
2d6.
he doesn't. He's probably the only person that doesn't know that you're there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can see
Only
I'm
one.
waving. Hello.
He'll
And I will say that you
never
probably
know
did
that you're
pass the woman who's kind of doing that, like, because this is all happening within 6 seconds. So she's kind of doing that, like, who the fuck, as you go zip right past her and go straight for the idiot.
Okay,
So yeah, I'll
the
give
sneak
you.
attack extra then is an extra 7, so 11 in total.
Oh wow! So for context, you literally zip up and do. I imagine, and I know this with an actual fencer here sounds terrible. You do that kind of quick jabbing all over, and quite literally for Yvelios and Ignatius, the street guy just does a and just drops dead. He's dead already. So yeah, you took him out. Well, his crit fail is going to mean nothing.
He was not useful.
No, he wasn't. But he is now out of the picture. Do you want to do anything else? Is there anything else you can do?
Drink my potion of haste if I can do that.
I think drinking a potion is not.
It's usually an action.
An action.
Is an
Okay.
action, yeah, and you've used your action to
Fair enough.
attack. So yeah.
No, nothing else then.
Okay. Next up is Dreg number 2. So he's also getting out of his
What's
bed.
Dreg number 2's name?
Simon.
Simon.
Dreg number 6. She's also getting out of her tent. So that's her.
That's her name.
Samantha. Porcelain Masks. Ignatius, it's now
You're
your
on
turn.
fire with the names
He
today.
is.
Yeah, it's just.
I think he's got a new table. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's,
So,
there's a
Ignatius, you're up.
D600 table straight in front of him. With names.
So we're currently on the outside of the barricades.
Yeah, and you can't see the camp from here.
Right, we've just
it
seen
was-
Dumb Boy get perforated.
Just drop. Yeah, and I'll say that you might not even have seen Reynard because he was sneak attacking and you weren't aware. So he just goes, doof.
I'm going to move up to the barricade, to the opening that they made.
Yeah, you can kind of duck under. And as you enter, you can see what would be the back of the camp, and you can see that it's active. You would have to move a little bit further out, which would probably put you in like line of sight for them to probably see Avril.
But I
Go
can
out.
now
"Ah!"
see the camp.
Yep.
I might have a little bit of a look around for Avril. Can't see Avril, obviously.
Not right now. Yeah,
Doing
but-
stealthy stuff.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Well, yeah.
I am going to call upon the holy power of Solas and form a spiritual weapon within the camp of the evil dregs.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Yep.
So this magical glowing mace with a massive sun head covered in spikes appears floating in the air and starts walloping people.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna wallop a lot of people. So, what is the radius of that?
It's not an area of effect. It is a single weapon.
Okay. And does it get a turn on your turn? Yeah. if I
It
remember
is
correctly.
as a bonus action, I can move it about and get it to hit things.
Cool.
And it hits things on its first appearance. So
Excellent. Does it need to roll?
it does. It does an attack
Okay.
roll. It got a 19.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
And it did 9 points of damage to Dreg Don't Care.
Okay. Well, because I want you guys to win. I don't think that's an unusual thing for a GM to say. I'll say you're hitting the one that's just like getting up. Is next in the turn of order. So he's literally like "Duh, duh, 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 duh," and then immediately a mace smacks him on the head and he goes, oh. But he's a trooper, so he starts like getting on his his armor and pulling his sword out, but definitely the mace has freaked him the fuck out because he was not expecting any of this.
I like he gave himself a little theme music as well as he's going,
It's
time
my
to shine.
turn. Avril, it's now your turn.
Yeah. So first Avril goes, that hurt. Your cow?
It's supposed to hurt. He shouts back from his crossbow.
And then I hit him with... What are you doing, Lulu?
What do you want?
A firebolt.
Oh. Okay.
I hit him with a firebolt.
Roll for it.
Okay. You need to roll to hit, don't you?
Probably.
It's
Yeah, because
cantrip.
it's only magic missile
So,
that's an
yeah,
auto
it's
hit.
fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
So give me a roll.
You will
So
not believe it.
Natural one.
It's
20.
natural.
Tis a
Oh.
Natural
one.
21.
Oh, amazing. So a natural one. I'm not an evil GM, so I don't do like that horrible like make
mean,
consequences
oh,
worse
does-
thing.
Does a 6 hit?
So what
Gonna guess
happens is that Avril, you are taken aback by being shot because as a librarian, first and foremost, you've probably not been shot at before. And again, as this is all happening in roughly the same amount of time, you're doing like that. I'm gonna shoot the fireball. Oh Jesus, I've been shot. And you throw the firebolt at the wagon, which has been quite, wet, so it doesn't immediately go up. But yeah, Yvelios, there was some dry things in there, and now the barricade is flaming. Not like impassable, but yeah, maybe get through there before it spreads further.
That is kind of what I suggested before they ran off.
That-
So,
that is very true,
Avril's
yeah.
apparently listening to me.
Yep. Yep. It's perfectly fine. Avril, do you want to do anything else? You want
I
to move?
meant to do that.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Do you want to move, or do you want to stay where you are?
Ooh, I probably want to get some kind of cover if I can.
Okay. I will say you can get up to the place where you've just set fire to, if that helps. That's cover.
That's
if you
it.
will.
I mean,
you could
put
run
it
up
out
to the
next
guy.
turn if you want.
Yeah, you could run up to him if you want.
I mean, probably.
Aye! But there, or you could just run in the other direction. But I will
Yeah.
say that's just out in the open more.
Yeah, now I'll get behind the slightly on fire barricade.
Yeah, it's not like an inferno. It's starting to, it's doing like
Smoldering.
crackle. Yeah. If you
It's
left
like
it
a small-
unattended, it might.
It's lighting up the evening. It's
Yeah,
nice.
it might get quite bad. So next is another Dreg who is now also preparing himself, getting up, and that's him. And now it's Yvelios.
Okay. Yvelios is gonna throw the book in the air in dramatic fashion and pull
That's my
out
book.
pistols
Okay.
and go rushing forwards. Can I get within like sight of
Yeah.
a gaggle of dregs?
Yeah, because the barricade's not that thick, so you do that kind of, you run, kind of duck a little bit because the thing wasn't all the way up yet, and you're out in front. However, as I said to Ignatius, to be out and kind of see everything, you're gonna have to expose yourself. But you can definitely see the woman that's just run out, who the competent one, because she's got her back to you. As it currently is sitting, and you also have.
I'm just gonna state my objective here. I kind of want a semi-line of people.
You could probably get the dregs that are waking up in a semi-line. I will say though that to do that, they're gonna see you because you can't. Like Ignatius is
fine.
kind of peeking behind the barricade that's now smoldering, but yeah, you'd have to step out from behind it and be like,
Yeah, no, I'm gonna step out and start blasting if I can.
okay, yeah, go right ahead. Now this uses gun moves, and guns are not something I'm up to date on. So
well, one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna expend a grit point.
Okay,
so
yeah, go for it.
That's what I have to do to activate my piercing shot, which basically I can attempt to shoot through multiple opponents if they're behind it. The first one's just a normal to hit, and everything after that's a to hit with disadvantage.
Okay,
and it
that's
also
fine, then.
adds +1 to my mishap. Well, my misfire.
I will say that you can hit. I just dropped my 20. That's not good. And now you can't hear me properly.
I have to hit the first one first. So.
Okay, but I will say that the maximum you can hit is 4. That's the maximum, because the others are in different places. The other 3 now.
Okay. A 17.
That definitely hits the first one. That would be just one of the guy. Oh, that would be the woman, actually. That would be the
I
most...
liked her.
She was quite nice, yeah, but yeah.
She seems sensible.
So from now on, so for the next one, I have to roll with disadvantage, and then after
yep,
that,
that's no problem.
A 14.
That still hits, yes. So now you're pinging the guy, one of the guys that's
two
getting
10s I rolled there, +4.
Excellent.
A 6.
No. So yeah.
So I hit 2 of them.
2 of them, yes.
Let me find the right dice.
Actually, I'll say, because I think it's more cinematic, that you hit her and then you hit the guy that shot Avril. So, because I guess they're roughly within line of each other.
A 9 and the first one's a 9. I don't know if I have to actually roll twice or if it's just the same damage for both of them. Let me have a look.
It's up to you. 9 damage. You hit her hard. She does a kind of a steps forward, like blood kind of coughs out in front of her because you just shot her.
Ugh.
And she does look, and similarly to Ignatius's
No,
lad.
I think I have
she
to
looks-
roll for both of them. So
Okay,
the second
then.
one was an 11.
Oh wow, yeah, you just headshot that guy. Literally, just go bang, boom, drops dead. Avril, the guy that shot you, has been dealt with.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yvelios, that lady, she was seemed to be quite sensible. If there's one we want to kind of have a word with, maybe it's that one.
Well, you deal with her then, and I'm gonna deal with them. Sorry.
Bless you.
Well, let's just mop them up and let Solas sort them out.
As the single revolvy bit in my pistol goes kadunk.
All right.
Okay, so it's her turn now. She turns to you, and she's quite angry.
Seems fair.
And there's now two.
Is
There's
this
one
because we misled you?
and she draws her sword, and she's going to charge you, Yvelios.
I'm going to take that as a
and-
yes.
I'm
I
going
just
to
realised I
say,
have 2 weapon fighting. I could have shot 2 people.
well, that's for future.
That's for next time.
Yeah, that's for next time. Okay. I'm going to say, because ultimately distance doesn't bloody matter, that she's able to get over to you because I don't know.
She hadn't gone that far.
She hadn't gone
was
that
just
far. Yeah. So
It's just the physics of fighting.
10. Does a 10 hit your armor?
God, let's hope not.
No.
Nope. Cool. Swing and a miss. You did just shoot her, so I
She's
imagine.
got-
Yeah.
Big hole.
Yeah. And these guys don't have multiple attacks, so yeah, they just attack once and then that's them done. But they're not meant to be that intimidating. Next up is guy that was getting up, and now he's armed, and he's gonna. His higher up
Is that Simon?
has-
Is that the
yeah,
one?
it's Simon. His
Right.
higher up has just been harmed, so he's probably actually going to shoot you again, Yvelios, because Avril and Reynard are both in cover, and so is Ignatius. So let's see. That's a crit fail. So
Yay.
I'm going to say that. What do I
Crossbow
wanna do
blows
for a
up.
crit one? No, I actually do know what he's going to do. He's going to quite confidently try and fire, and then he goes, and then kind of like looks at it, and then clicks again, and it snaps, and he looks at it and goes, and looks quite sad.
I know
So
how
he-
you feel, buddy.
So he's going to draw his sword and charge, but he is quite far away than she was. So he's kind of midway there, and then has to kind of wait until he can get the rest of the way. So that's his turn. Reynard, it's your go again. You are realizing that you're next to something that's kind of flaming a little bit more now. Yeah, it's flaming up a little bit. Nothing too scary yet.
I shall run up to the one that is now running towards us at the carts, running for
Okay.
Yvelios.
Okay,
And
cool.
I shall go for a strike onto that guy.
Okay.
My-
So you're not gonna have
Oh, look!
sneak attack.
Renard! Oh, I wonder where he gone.
Yes,
Hello,
use
mate.
his name so they remember for next time.
Everyone will remember the name
Oh.
Renard Aventus.
I don't think there'll be enough of them left.
Natural 20.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Right,
25.
amazing. So give me a
Stupid
damage
ledge,
roll.
stupid.
Your rapier. Oh my god! Is this Leon's game? Is Leon just gonna be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
the
the
hair.
hair.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
I'm
the
gonna
hair.
say this. It is the hair. I'm gonna say
Dashing
this now,
fencer with great
regardless-
hair.
Regardless which way I do this, I usually double because I think that's fairer. I don't really like the total. I don't. Some people do additional rolls, but I don't see the point in that because.
I never liked that.
Well, yeah. So yeah, you did a lot of damage. You somehow decapitate him with a rapier, which shouldn't be possible. But
Clever.
you just go
Very, very sharp.
head.
Can I
It's
like
that point-
rapier
point
his
of
own
the
hand, holding a sword into his
love
own
you.
neck? So it's like,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting
He had
yourself.
he had a really bad day today. His crossbow bolt didn't fire.
Well,
he
it's
died.
over now. It's not going to get any worse.
So there are now another. I'm just going to roll these two together because they got a 9 each for their initiative, and they're both going to just shoot at. Oh, I think Reynard, because you've just, you did quite a scary thing there. So let's see. First one is an 18 to hit.
That
Okay,
hits.
and the second one, that's a 10 to hit.
No.
No. Okay, cool. So I will roll the one that hits damage. That's does it get any bonus damage? He does. That's a 9 points of damage. Piercing.
Oh. Okay.
They can be quite scary when they get their shit together.
When there's 50 of them.
You've killed quite a few. Yeah. So,
Yeah, we're knocking them down.
hit with a
It's all
crossbow
right.
bolt. Yeah, exactly. The shoulder's really the only place you can get hit with a crossbow bolt that seems logical. Like you can't really get hit in the gut, can you? Like, I can. No,
I'll
I
be
can't, I
fine.
can't.
It's a flesh
Yeah.
wound. It's all right.
Exactly. Ignatius, it's your turn now, and
Well,
you still have your mace. Yes.
my magic mace is still floating about.
Yep.
So I can see Renard and I can see Yvelios. I
Ignatius.
cannot.
Oh, Yvelios, yes, you can see yourself.
I cannot see Avril yet, can I?
No, Avril's on the other side of the thing.
All right. So there's one. Sorry, I'm trying to do damage economy here.
No, it's okay. So there's the one that you hit who was bonked, and he's immediately after you. And then there are the two that just shot Reynard. You would have to move the mace, but not very far. So you'd be fine.
That's
But you would be
fine.
leaving that guy unattended.
Yeah,
And then there
that won't be happening.
and then there is
okay,
one
so,
that's not done anything yet.
Ignatius is just going to snap his fingers.
Okay.
There's going to be a little spark just runs through the horns, and bloke who got maced to the face needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay. I actually don't know how good they are going to be at this. That's a 16.
Oh, that is going to work actually. Okay, fine. Nothing happens.
Okay.
He
fool him
he
once.
sort of-
Yeah.
He gets a bit of glow on. Ignatius
Yeah.
kind of go.
Well,
That's annoying.
yeah,
And now I'm going to hit him with the mace.
Fool him once, and he kind of does like a whoa, dodges out the way as soon as seen you click because he's like, no, I'm not going to get me twice. Roll me damage. Roll me not damage. Hit. Roll me hit. Make mace
15.
hit. 15.
15.
That hits. Yep.
Okay,
So roll me the
for
damage.
another 7.
You just club him in the head. He just goes down. He's dead.
Try and nailed him into the floor.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just boom. He probably actually confidently dodged your spell and was like, haha. And then the mace was floating like right behind him. He's like,
Kind of lights up slightly and then gets
Yeah.
bong.
Bong. Okay, so that takes him out. Avril, it's your turn now.
Okay. I will try Gust of Wind.
Okay, you'll need to move either back out from behind the barricade or more effectively would be to move through the gate that
Yeah.
everyone else has gone through.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that.
So you can do that. That's not an issue. What does Gust of Wind do again? Sorry, spells are always my kryptonite when it
A
comes
line of strong wind 60 feet long and 10 feet wide blasts
Oh!
from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration.
to. Okay then.
Each creature that starts its turn in the line must succeed on the strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in a direction following the line.
Okay.
Etc.,
Does it do any damage, or is it just it pushes them away?
Good question. I think it just pushes them away.
Okay then.
Just
Uh,
fucks them up a bit. No,
So
I'm doing Gust of Wind.
So there are 3 targets that you can go for. So you can go for the person in front of Yvelios, and I will say I'm not going to be a dick. You can position yourself so you only hit her
Yeah.
and not Yvelios. You can go for the 2 that fired at Reynard, because I'm going to assume you kind of peek out and look, and they are within 10 feet of each other, so you could get both of them. However, they're quite far away. Like they're within range, but like if you shot them 15 feet back, they'd be actually like super out of range. And then there's one more guy who's just kind of got his shit together, who comes after you. So it's up to you. There are 3 potential targets. I'm happy with any of them.
Well, I'll get Ignatius favorite person.
Okay, that's totally fine.
It's non-lethal, so you know.
Okay. So as she's like raising the sword to hit and she misses, immediately there's the archaic, or sorry, arcane. I fucked up. Anyway, I fucked this entire combat encounter up, so who cares? Arcane words, and she just turns to see Avril with like the bolt going, and literally she just goes, ah! And falls off the road that she just climbed and into a ditch. And I will say that takes her out of combat because she's in a ditch, and you're probably going to kill these guys before. I mean, if you like get really fucked up, then yeah, she'll come back into the fight. Okay, Avril, it's now unless you want. I know you've already moved. It's the Dregs' turn. Yay! We all love them. He's going to shoot at Reynard because Reynard is there, the closest.
Matrix dodge.
That is a 13. Does that hit?
Yeah, 13's 90.
Oh, that's a shame. And
I did catch the arrow with my torso.
Yeah, exactly. That's what counts.
That's a can-do spirit.
That's 2 damage from him.
A hot 2.
A hot 2. You rolled a 1 and it's a +1. Okay, and
That's
actually,
like you stubbed your toe or something.
This guy is going to catch where the winds are blowing, and he's going to take off running in the other direction, just further into the woods. So, yeah, he gets fairly far. You can still see him, but I would say if you give him another turn, he'll probably like break combat and make a break for it because he can't dash. But you know, so it's now your favorite's turn, but she's in a ditch trying to get herself out of it. So that'll be kind of her. Reynard, it's now you. There are 2 in front of you who have been shooting at you, and then there's the one guy going, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I don't appreciate being shot at, so how far can I move up to them as a regular action?
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Move up and then make an attack, but then I've still got bonus action left over, right?
Yeah.
So what I would like to try and do with a bonus action, if they're still holding crossbows, if I close in on one, so I can do Sleight of Hand, as I've got fast hands. So if one of them's got an arrow, a bolt, in the crossbow, I want to snatch the bolt out of the crossbow.
Well, they have to reload. So
there's nothing there. Okay, I'll leave it then.
No, but you snatch it from, because I don't see the point in waiting a turn for them to reload because that's super boring. Yeah. So they have to reload as part of their action. But I'll say if you successfully,
could I snatch him like out of the quarrel?
Yeah, take it. Yeah, from where he would take it. Yeah. So
otherwise, I've got an attack. Oh, sorry.
Roll the Sleight of Hand first, because that'll determine what happens to the pair of them afterwards. So roll that first.
Come on. I got really good at Sleight of Hand. Come on. 11 plus 7, 18.
Yep, you take the bolt. You have a crossbow bolt if you want it, although you'll probably loot these guys as dead bodies, so who cares? So he's not going to be able to fire. And now do your attack on the guy that could potentially fire.
Come on, Reynard, masterful hero. No, the luck wasn't going to last. 7. So no.
Nah, yeah, he's too brave. Now it's their turn, and they're both going to draw their swords because you're right in front of them, and you were the one they were wanting to get. So, oh, you fucker!
How about you?
So that's a 17 just on the roll. So that's a non-natural 20 from one of them. And the other one does 13 again.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll roll their dice.
Always love a bit of long sword versus rapier. Yeah. Usually end up with a bed hanger at the end of that one.
A gnome-sized rapier.
Yeah, these scimitars. So that is a total of 11.
Ooh. You all right there, Reynard? There's a lot of claret coming out of you. Have you got any left? 1.
Okay.
Want some help?
They rolled a 5 and a 6 for context. Oh wait, actually, do they do? Oh no.
Oh, did you forget
They have a-
plus?
Yeah, they both have a +1, so that's an extra 2 damage.
So -1.
Yep. So you're down.
Over.
Don't
Go
worry.
on.
You don't have to make a death saving throw until your turn. There's still.
I've got save the dying. It's fine.
Yeah.
it's fine.
Don't you have to get over to him though to do that?
That's a good point.
Yeah. Okay.
I can
It's
heal
your
him.
it's your turn now, Ignatius.
Oh, is it? All right then. So I see my little gnome companion go down like a very small sack of shit.
Oh yeah, the pair of them just go.
I got
Like
like,
chopping
aha!
Yeah.
Doosh.
Yeah, they're not kind. Oh,
I
actually,
sort of call over and go, "Oi,
never mind.
bastards! I'll try
They
that
both
on
look-
someone your own size."
They look very less confident now that you say that out loud. Now you're
I'll
you
that
still have
as
your
a free action.
okay, of
I
course,
still have a
yeah.
whole bunch of stuff. And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna have the mace come up behind them and go bonk
Okay, roll an attack then.
on at least one of them. Well, one of them. 21.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
Bong! And 10.
Okay, yeah, you really hit this guy. He's like just on his feet. Like his little leather helmet is like completely dented. You've probably done a lot of damage to his head. Yep. And you have a
Right.
main action, don't you?
And then as my main action, I'm going to chant the holy rite of Solas and the fact that life's path must be walked and it must continue to be walked, and I will channel a full 20 hit points to Renard's little body.
And that's from what range is that from? Not the range
30
matters
feet.
too much. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, like I wasn't sure if it's like 5 feet kind of thing. Yeah. Reynard, you're now back up to 20. No. They're standing over you though with their scimitars.
One of them looks
and-
rather more crumpled than he did when you went down.
Oh, 100%. Avro, you're up next. There are 3 left. One looks quite dead. One is standing over Reynard, and the last one is booking it.
Did Yvelios miss a go? I feel like
No.
it's been a long time since Yvelios did anything.
He's right at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You
but
rolled the lowest. When
you've gone around several times without me.
Oh, have I?
Oh,
no!
Because you had the
Oh,
2
this-
drinks that hit me, and
Yeah,
then you
I-
went to...
I fired one shot and that was it.
Oh, you
sorry.
should said. Sorry. I'm so
I-
sorry,
I-
Lewis. You
I
can have a
thought
go.
I'll
you can have
mention
a
it
go.
afterwards.
No, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you can have your go before.
Oh.
before I roll my 1.
I'm gonna be frank with you. There's not many of them left to kill. There's literally these 3, and one of them is running away. So I'll let. Here's what I'll do. I'll let you take a shot at the one that's running away, and if you succeed, then he stops running away. And then if Avril doesn't kill these 2, you can also have a shot at them, and then that should square you up. Well, Avril, you
Yay.
might kill. You can't
In
kill
what
both of them.
universe?
I'll give it a go.
Okay, so Avril, you go first, and then Yvelios will get his 2 shots. Sorry, you should have said I'm not good with. There's a lot of them to keep. No, it's my fault. I should have kept track of them better.
Should we let Yvelios get 1 shot in and then
Yeah, let's do that.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
my one
Sold.
shot is 2 shots.
And then we'll
so
alternate.
there's,
Yeah, that's fine. I
2
don't care.
weapons.
Okay, then if you
Go
want to
for
take
it.
the two that are standing over Renard, and then there's only the one running away left.
Can I shoot the one over there and then shoot one of them?
Yeah, from how you've described the gun person, then yeah, that works.
Yeah. I have 2 guns, so.
Yeah, no, I figure, yeah.
So first at the one running away, I
Okay.
am mostly trying to like wing them, but I don't
I'll
have a
say this
grip
because
point left.
because
So-
he's actively trying to leave combat. I'll say that you can wing him and he'll stop only because he's actively trying away. If he wasn't, then like you can't really It also depends on the damage. If you like just do one, then he's
It was a 7 in total, so
no, shoot wide, yeah.
and
you
then
wanna-
one of the ones on Renard.
The
One of
almost
them is
dead
very
one,
wounded.
yeah, or the alive one. Roll to hit, and we'll see.
Very alive one, or
Go for the alive one.
yeah, I'll go for
Okay,
that.
well, roll to hit and see.
A 14.
A 14. Okay, you can go for the very alive one if you want, or the not alive one. I don't mind.
I will go for the very alive one. I rolled the wrong dice there. That would have been a spectacular hit, but you know, that's more like it. A 7, an 8. Sorry, 8.
Oh wow.
damage.
Okay. Well, he's not dead, but he also does the thing to his buddy to the left of him, who's going, oh yeah, we're in a lot of pain. So Avril, it's not your turn. There's one who's booking it, and because I'm trying to apologize to Lewis will get another shot at him.
Yep.
So you can focus on the two that are very hurt.
How close are they to me, or how far away are they from me?
Run towards him.
However far your spells are, I don't worry too much about distance in this game.
I want to put them to sleep.
You can do that,
They're not going to have a lot of hit points,
but-
that is probably going to work.
but Reynard is right in front of them as well. So you're probably going to knock Reynard out. No, I'm not going to be an asshole. You can
That's
probably
fine. I don't
position
mind being
the-
knocked out of sleep.
Well, but you can probably position the sleep in a way that it's a bit further back.
I'm
So
a
like
gnome
it's just
as well.
starting.
I'm quite resistant to this sort of magic.
Okay.
I-
Well,
you can
So-
sort of you
yeah.
can choose the amount of creatures up to the
Oh,
maximum
perfect.
amount of
Yeah.
hit points.
but
So-
you can
Quite a
only.
lot of
I,
control.
No, I
I
have
will
to roll
say-
for it.
yeah, but they.
yeah.
I'm gonna, because you're gonna succeed. They have collectively between them,
2 hit points? 3?
more than 2. I think 4
Yeah,
collectively.
I have to
Yeah,
roll
4.
that 5 times.
So roll higher than 4, and you'll knock both of them out.
I can't add up. What the hell?
Well,
6.
the 6 is already higher than 4.
You
Yeah.
knock them
But-
both out. They both.
Well, I have to see, like,
There you go. That's my niche.
Yay!
Non-lethal baby.
Okay, as
Successful use of sleep! Oh,
Yes.
that's so rare.
yeah.
we
Okay,
didn't murder everyone.
Lewis, you get one, and I'm saying this to Lewis as an apology. I'll let you take another shot at this guy. Do you want to kill
Oh.
him or graze him?
I would prefer to graze him. And
Okay.
it will be a single shot because one of my pistols is empty and the other one's flipped over to its last shot. So
Okay, that's no problem. I will say this is all for the money, because if he makes it, he's gonna escape in this turn because it's his turn after you.
Oh,
yeah, he's not gonna make it.
Okay.
It's
It's
the late
22.
Okay, roll the damage.
Yeah, probably. Ooh, it's cocked.
7.
8 again.
Okay. He drops. He's still alive, but he's in a great deal of pain. You probably shot him in the thigh or the upper leg, which is not a great place to get shot. I will say now that combat has ended, and you now have 2 sleeping guys and 2 injured ones, and a whole camp.
Right.
Are you guys want to keep going? Because it's 2:00 now. We can keep going if you want, or we can say I can wrap up. It's up to you. I'm happy to do either.
I think we're going to question the
Yeah.
woman that was falling.
Tie him up.
We'll tie them up.
Ignatius will
first.
go around healing people.
Yeah. Okay. So
Once
Ignatius.
they're tied up.
Well, Reynard, do you need any more healing?
No, I'm a little bit less, but that's probably I'm
Okay,
only about
and
4 or something.
Avril could do with some healing. They're the only 2.
Yeah.
And if you want to heal the dregs, you can. I will make note of it though.
Avril can have 14 back.
That's a
Oh, I
lot
don't
more.
need that much.
Only need.
Well, that's
8.
what you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a roll. Yeah.
Well, there you go. You're now
All
at
right, thank you. I feel better than ever.
Yeah,
that is
exactly. So
Maximum for cure wounds. That's really
they
worrying.
have rope. or you have rope. It
I've
doesn't
got
matter.
some
You don't need
rope,
that
but
much.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
okay.
the 4 of them are tied up. Do you extinguish the barricade, or is that going to
I
just
think we'll
nicely?
let the barricade burn down.
Okay. So long
I'm
as
I'm
it
going to
doesn't
make it go
rain.
nice,
Then.
pretty colours.
Yeah, you can do that. So while you're doing that,
What's the
you've got-
revolution colours? I'll make it go those colours.
It's sort of like a
Do you-
lightish blue, a white, and a pinkish red. If I
And a
recall
bit of
from the flag we
pinky
made
red.
when we were doing the world building.
Yeah. Those cosmic sense.
Do all of the dregs have that similar sort of facial features, like with
Now that
eyes?
you're looking at both the dead ones and the living ones, yes. Yes, they do.
With opening eyelids going, why have they all got silvery eyes?
Hmm.
Right,
Yep.
get the gentlewoman up here. So
So she's tied up with all of them. Yeah. She's kind of looking at you. She's quiet.
How
None
are
of
you
them are
feeling?
speaking.
Oh, something you
Oh,
cut out a little
Adrian,
bit.
you
There.
went a little
Yeah.
bit roboty there.
Right, would anyone like some healing?
They are silent and
I'll pull out my
not
rapier and go,
making-
would anyone like a stabbing?
They look noticeably more worried, especially since
I'm
they
just-
saw what you did to one of them.
I'm just gonna be putting bullets back into my pistols.
Oh yeah, no, you're. I mean,
Would anyone like a bullet?
Right,
No, it's
we
right
can
on
do
the
this the
list.
gentle way, or we can do it the way.
give me an intimidation roll.
Oh, good grief! I really should have made.
You're always the one that's saying the
Can we
intimidating
assist
line.
in any way?
Yeah.
No,
You can
It's
all
11.
you can all roll, and I'll just take the highest because you're all trying to be intimidating. An 11, not too bad.
Oh,
15.
A 20.
That's scary.
Natural
A
20.
A natural 20.
Now
Okay.
it happens.
Yeah.
How do you, I'm now very interested. How does
a
Avril
terrifying
look
librarian.
intimidating?
There you go. I was close.
They're all
dunno,
sitting there tied
actually.
up back to back, looking up at you.
Accidentally set fire to more things
Yeah,
very close to
probably.
them.
I'm like, what I want to do is like bounce a fireball in my hand, like look at the power I command and how strong and powerful I am. But what it does is it sort of rolls off and sort of gets one of them on the foot, and they sort of hurriedly have to put it out.
Yeah, well, so that
They're
does
like, oh
panic
shit,
coming
this guy is dangerously bad.
Yeah, I think that's the general consensus. They're looking at, and I think also looking at, because I mean, you all got varying degrees. You're a competent bunch and also incompetent in places as well. So it's an interesting mix, and I think that's just confusing enough for them to not know who you are. I will say this as an important detail, because you all have brains. None of them remind you of the ones you met at the place. None of them look the same as the ones you saw there. Just as an aside.
Where did the rest of you lot go then?
So they look to you, Yvelios, and the woman who's taking charge goes, yeah, well, Captain was sent to report back to the big man, and kind of I'm not saying she waggles her eyebrows, but she kind of alludes to that.
I recall
you mean
him being
pencil
rather short, but yeah, whatever.
She squints as you say that, Ignatius, but she doesn't say anything, and looks back to Yvelios. Well, look, you're gonna kill us, gonna let us go. What the fuck are you gonna do?
That's not an attitude.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't answer our questions, we may accidentally kill you. There's a high probability.
That the two guys behind her do look worried when you say accidentally kill you. And after seeing Avril's amazing show of dropping the fireball, and one of them is the one that had to quickly stamp his foot against the dirt. They're both kind of doing the thing to their boss, like, oh, but let's not fuck around. They might attempt to do something and fail. So she's kind of she's more malleable at this point. Kind of looks, all right, ask your questions then. Can't promise they'll be truthful.
That seems like an accidental killing waiting to happen. But...
Well, you can also insight check, but
who
yeah,
has the
this
time?
way,
Where,
yeah.
we want to know where
Yeah.
Pentan is, right? That's
Yeah.
what-
Where
You're
is Pentan?
Ah, well, that's easy. Big man's at the big house up there, and she gestures, to the main road. So yeah.
And what exactly does he want with the amulet?
Her eyes go wide at this mention. Well, how do you know about that, hey?
Well,
Well,
Look, we know a lot more
We'll ask the
than you
questions.
think we know.
She looks to you, Avril.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I just go, we know a lot more than you think we know, and we'll know if you're lying.
You did get a natural 20, so yeah, she'll take that on face value. I don't know. Look, he does this, all right? He's got like a whole legion of dregs, and he sends us about looking for stuff. We were meant to get an amulet from these two halflings, and the boss went to go tell the boss that we couldn't find them here, and that maybe the halflings had gotten away. But if you've got it, well, it's not
No.
really nice running into him again, is it?
we never said we had it.
no one said we have it. What we said was, why does he want it?
Yeah.
That's
Also,
true.
why do you guys all look alike? What's up with that?
They clamp up when you ask that question.
Is it because you're all related? Is there a lot of brother-sister stuff going on?
Give me an insight roll. I mean, any one of you, and it's not a very high DC. I might even give them an advantage.
17!
12!
A total of 11.
Okay, well, it's all better than like 10, which was the real DC. Yeah, nobles get around. They're not really good about what's the word I'm looking for?
Contraception.
Yeah,
Keeping it in their trousers.
keeping it in their trousers. Yeah. The thing I will say, and yeah, all those things. Avril, because you rolled quite well, what you do know is this is a little bit excessive for a lord. Like, usually they have like at most 4 bastards. If presuming they're all related, at minimum he has like 18, and she's just mentioned a legion. So
Jeez.
he is.
It
I should
gets
know-
around.
Yeah, he is on the older side, so it's not impossible. But yeah, he's yeah,
Busy.
that's.
So you're insinuating there's an awful lot of lead in pencil.
Well, also,
We're all glad you cut out there.
they look about in their early to mid 20s. They do range. Some of the dead ones look like coming up to their 30s, but that's not common. She looks about that age as well. She looks as one of the older ones, but some of them looked as young as about like 19, 20. Not the era, the ages between 19 and 20, I should say.
We'll switch
Didn't have,
over.
like-
How well guarded is Pendank?
Oh, he's look, my tiny friend. He's very well protected. He's not just got us. He's got the old royal guard. He's got gangs. Hell, he's even got the Pheasant King on his side.
Ooh. I remember something about him. And I'll look over at Julius.
But he's a horse who's this whole time been quite pissed off that he's just been standing there like, oh.
Well, you can kick him if you want. I mean, no one was stopping you.
But yeah.
Yeah,
He's got protections like you've never seen, and he's got an amulet.
Which amulet does he have?
Is
I
it the
don't know.
amulet of bullshit?
Nah, I don't know. Only the boss has met him in person to see it, but he says he has one. He's looking for the other three.
Hmm.
Alright. Well, boys.
Where is
I
the big
guess we
house?
have to do-
I'm still not sure. I'm still not clear exactly where he is.
Imagine
Oh,
in the
sorry.
capital.
I don't know
Could
why
you
she
maybe
was-
make a map or something?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna.
I don't know
Yeah,
why
we'll
she was
put a pencil
talking.
in your foot.
I don't know why I made them sound like geezers. They're not really meant to be geezers. She's referring to the capital.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
Sorry, that's not what people call it. She just calls it that. The others are a bit confused. They're like, "What? You mean the capital?" But he's in his again, like offhandedly, like he would have a manor house on the outskirts, and then he would probably have his businesses and things because a noble's got to have multiple investments in the capital.
Renard's going to start going through the
so-
camp while they're
yeah.
questioning people, and I'm going to start
Okay.
looking for
what you're saying
interesting shit.
What we're saying, yeah.
is he's got a legion of you lot who fall like Swiss cheese. Then he's got the
Burn.
old royal guard, which didn't do a great job of guarding royalty, as we all recall.
That's not the face she's making. She's getting quite angry at you. I'm making that face because I think I agree with you, and it's funny.
And he's got a necklace and
A pheasant.
a pheasant whose horse.
Oh,
we
that's
own.
something because I always forget to describe this. They are also of various people. So some are elves, some are half orcs, some are they're all
people.
variety.
Gets
Yeah,
around.
they're all
Yeah.
people. Yeah. He doesn't judge. Yeah, I guess
Murders people and shit, but doesn't judge.
Yeah,
Oh
a
well.
very admirable
Yeah.
quality in murderers.
Yeah,
Psychopath.
yeah. He is, he has made an army of bastards, so that's probably not necessarily a good judge of his character. What I was going to say was, because I didn't elaborate very well. Basically, yeah, he has the old regime. So he's got military folk. Not everybody, because soldiers are people and they can choose not to fight, but he's got the old military upper class is what they elaborate. And that's what the Royal Guard are, because they liked getting paid a lot for being Royal Guards. So and then he's got the Dregs, and then he mentioned his own personal defenses and stuff like that. But yeah. And also just generally he's rich, so you can just buy things to protect him. But yeah, she's looking at you all now. So what are you going to do what I say?
So, do you really deeply enjoy being an asshole for someone who's rich and just tells you to go around being an asshole, and then kind of discards you for the 10 million other versions of you that he's apparently made over the years?
You know what it's like. You know what it's like not being claimed. Don't pretend like you do, fancy boy.
I mean, no, but I could learn from you, and then we create a better society together. That's sort of the general gist we've been going for here with the whole revolution thing.
Give me a persuasion check. This is quite a high DC, I will say. So like a 15.
Why am I so bad at the things I'm good at? So yeah, a 6.
Oh.
So I'll say, because it's not difficult to pick up, these people, if they are born out of wedlock, it's unlikely they had the luxuries of noble life. And it's not difficult to put two and two together that what he's offering is that connection. And maybe for some of them, there's a familial aspect, but by the looks of these ones, it's the monetary advantage being of the claimed upper class and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they're pretty set in their ways. None of them look pretty convinced by your revolution malarkey. You kind of actually see her kind of smirk in a kind of grim manner because she's like, well, revolution's good for us, ain't it, boys? And they all kind of chuckle. And you're reminded that these are the kind of people that broke heads in. So, yeah, that's revolution's not really their jazz.
Yeah. Oh well.
Can I try? I want to be like, look, come on, guys. You must have a different calling. You could be a barmaid. Plenty of guys need chucking out into the street if you're a barmaid.
I'm going.
Good career for you.
Ignatius
I'm going to
is really good at talking about life paths.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
He
that
said.
any further attempts to convert them to the side of good, if you will, is gonna fail because they're pretty set in their ways. And I also say, having spent a little bit of time with them, you are getting the impression these aren't necessarily the type of people that at this point in their life want to change right now. Maybe given time to reflect on their actions might, but yeah, they are. Yeah, they've been employed to do bad things to people that don't deserve them, and talking about friendship and acceptance is not really in their cards right
Fair
now.
enough.
Yeah,
I have
turn-
a question
yeah, shoot,
for our good prisoners.
yeah.
If we release you, what are you going to do?
Probably go back to Pentam, go back to the boss.
We could just take him to Captain Harry Battenberg there.
Yeah, could do that.
Captain Harry
Mortimer.
Mortimer.
Captain Mortimer.
Captain Harry to his
Actually,
friends.
That is the
Actually-
best idea I've heard. Stick him in one of the
He
wagons
was looking
that's not
for them
on fire.
anyways.
Yeah, put him in one of these wagons. Probably not the one that's on fire.
Then they have
Take him back
plenty
to
of
town.
time to think. And not as much cake as they might hope.
They can consider their life choices. They can read one of these range of pamphlets that I'll leave with them.
And then
I will
we're,
be
Pay
coming
someone
back.
to read it to them every day.
Renard's going to shout out in the middle of his loot. And then we're going to head off to the capital.
Yeah.
Probably.
Sure.
Okay, yeah,
I
sounds
should
like
have anyway.
All right.
yeah, sounds like a plan. Okay, so while everybody is packing people into wagons and attaching Julius, who looks delighted to be a draft horse, a fine thoroughbred.
Do the Dregs not have any
racing horse.
horses? Surely there must be horses here.
No, they don't. That's something you notice is a little bit concerning, as they don't seem to have any.
Alright. Interesting.
But the wagon is fixable. Like as I say, it only smoldered slightly. One of them, the other one looks a little bit more worse for wear. It looks like they cannibalized that one. I will say, because you have brains, that's my new thing I say when I don't want to make you roll. It's probably that these are their wagons, because if they were murdering other people for their wagons, they'd probably be more well known at least. Because hey, where's old Uncle Jim who's not come back with the hens or whatever. So yeah, it's likely that they rode down with horses and the captain and their boys rode off with them. So yeah, while you're setting that up, Reynard as the loot master, do you want to do a little bit of oh boy,
Is it investigation or something? Or what?
perception, just you're looking for stuff.
Perception.
Because there is stuff, like if you guys need weapons, there's tons of scimitars and crossbows and ammo. Like, that's not hard to come by. And they have, like, mundane stuff like food and things like that. I'm just seeing if you find anything noteworthy. What was it? Yeah. Yeah, there's just nothing. I will say, like, you find some lentils.
Yay. Okay, this is the worst camp ever. They've got nothing.
Yeah, they
I
don't really
mean,
seem to
they
have
are
much.
the dregs of the dregs. Like, they're the ones they left behind.
Mm.
And still they're all like,
That's
oh,
fair.
the noble Pentam.
Yeah. So as you return back, you have put them all in the cart. You have tied them up, obviously, kept them tied up. I don't imagine it's difficult for you guys to just hoik them in there. And yeah, you are riding off. And I think that is where we'll end it, as you guys are riding them back to town and you're going to return them to justice. And that does bring us to the end of this season. I don't know if we'll come back to it. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. The future is a wonderful and unusual place. So I would like to thank everybody. The four of you have made this a wonderful thing. I am trying not to talk down about myself, so I'm going to say I think I did an okay job, and I had a lot of I had a lot of fun. And you can tell I don't like combat. For everyone who decided to leave because the combat was so bad, I don't like combat in D&D. I find it quite
was
boring.
great fun.
So yeah, there you go. And I also feel bad about leaving Lewis out because
Nah, you got to shoot that guy.
I was only just gonna, like
shoot him. Yeah,
just,
exactly.
Run in, start
And you would have just
blasting.
slaughtered them all. Yeah. So
Yeah.
again,
It was fair for the other players.
and thank you.
Oh.
And thank you for everyone who's watched, and some people have commented and liked and that sort of stuff. It really is just lovely, and I'm glad that we made something that made people happy, which is ultimately the best thing to do when making anything. So, as
Yeah.
always, if you do all the subscribing and liking and commenting, that's nice. It's good for feedback. But once again, it's not obligatory. You're allowed to not do that. And also, Lewis puts lots of stuff in the description, which you should check because it has the people's links, it has people's socials, and all the other stuff that we just do in our spare time. And if you check those out, that would also be nice.
Do you also mention all the world building you did on this? Because I'm just wondering if someone just watched this series and
They
they
wouldn't
didn't
know yet.
realize that you guys actually did a load of world building for
There
this.
is a
setting.
link to the actual.
There is a link to the series. Yep.
Series as well.
And it's how many do we do? 6 episodes?
Yeah. I mean, also at some point need to find another guest for some more world building.
Yes, I'd be very excited to watch that. That'd be a lot of fun. So yeah. And
Love how quiet everyone went at that.
I figured you meant Odin, but
anyone. And yeah, I really had a lot of fun making this, and I hope we get to do some more of it in the future. So I think we'll just end up by saying stay safe and stay gaming.
Good night.
Bye.